Are you new to this channel? If so, what can you get out of it and where should you begin? So every week I'll release 2 videos. On Monday I release a video that contains a simple exercise. This could be a scale or an arpeggio, something of that nature. And on Thursdays I release a second video which is a little bit longer, a little bit more in depth and maybe a little bit more interesting. So my thought is, the first video on a Monday, that's something you can quickly add into your practice routine. So I release that one at 5 AM on a Monday morning. If you're an early riser like me, then you can get started on that straight away. So today I'm going to give you 5 tips on how you can get the most out of these exercise videos. Okay, tip number 1, spend around a week on each exercise. Now it doesn't have to be a week, but I think as a rule of thumb, a week is generally a good idea. If you feel like you need longer than a week, go longer than a week. If you feel like you've got the most out of that exercise in a few days, then move on to the next. But use the week as a kind of general guideline. Tip number 2, practice every day. So it doesn't matter if you practice for 15 minutes a day or 5 hours a day, whichever it is, just be consistent, do it every day. Staying consistent with your practice and practicing every day is the quickest way to reach your goals. Tip number 3, so the exercise video that I release on a Monday is always from the note C. However, you need to practice everything in 12 keys. There are 2 ways that I recommend you can do this. Here's the first way. Play in half steps. To do this, all you have to do is play the scale up and down once, then move up 1 fret, and then do the same until you played in all 12 keys, like this. The other way is to play around the circle of fifths or circle of fourths, and to do this you just play the exercise, then you move it up a fifth and play it again. Every time you move up a fifth you go up 1 string and across 2 frets, and then the next fifth is directly underneath that note. For example, if you play a C major, a fifth above that is a G. Your G is right below the C on the neck, and this is what it looks like on the instrument. You'll eventually come back to the note you started on, and then you've played through the entire 12 keys. So either method is fine, or you could mix that up. Just don't always play it in the same key, otherwise you'll only be used to playing in that one area of the neck. You'll also get used to where the notes are on the neck, which leads me to my 4th tip. So this is something you don't hear that often, but I think you should name the notes on the neck as you play them. So for example, if we play a C major arpeggio, we're going to name the notes C, E, G, back to C. So you'll find that a lot of bass players can't actually name the notes on the neck, or they can't name them very quickly. This is a really good way of learning the notes on the instrument. This is also going to get you to slow down as you think of what note is assigned to what fret, which leads me on to my last tip, tip number 5. Go slow. There's absolutely no need to play this fast. This is not what these exercises are about. They are getting you to learn about your instrument, how music relates to your instrument, creating a map of your instrument. It's also going to give you the opportunity to perfect your technique. If you're going fast, you won't be able to do that. Check back to my video, The Technique Mindset, to get a better idea of what I mean by this. And that's it. If you think this is going to be helpful, please subscribe. If you can think of any other tips for practice, please drop them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear them. Thank you for watching.